You can't sit there and be like, it was on me. Don't arrest me because I'm not a serial killer.
Mm-mm.
According to you.
Mm-mm. Now, if
I'm
you were the
done.
detective, that's one thing. Because he made traps you couldn't survive at all.
True.
So,
I'm,
yeah. Would I be mad at you? Yeah. But should you be held accountable? I wouldn't say you were a murderer, though.
all right. I'm so glad. And see, Shaw, she makes her faces and she be like, I want to have your
Yeah.
back, but I want to have your back. If you chose for the second, I'm not listening to you, John Wick. No, Sean. I said John Wick. Lord, you know what I meant. I'm not listening to you. And keep playing, saying crazy stuff. See, you gonna end up unalived, and you won't even know what to do. Ain't nobody get arrested for it. You just gonna be out here gone. Anywho, that doesn't make any sense. But so we did the review on Boogie Pop Phantom. When it came to that review, because I really wanted to, which I'll just throw that out here. That was one of the things that we took on a lot for this month. We opened up a whole bunch of things. We opened up basically all our social media posts and like our social media pages. Shaw created our Discord. We were doing 31 days of Halloween cosplay, and then we were still putting together full shows in cosplay that at least lasted close to 2 hours and
Yeah.
stuff each episode. So we took on a whole lot, and then we also all have jobs, we all have lives, we have families, stuff like that. And one of the things that I had really wanted to do during spooky season was do anime recommendations on the page. So that's definitely something that I want to prep for in like August and September so we can drop those on the page daily like we did the word of the day, the question of the days.
Those are
But I wanted us to watch and review more horror anime on the show. And unfortunately, a lot of things were either no longer available in the US or I was really picky about the ones that we chose because as a horror fan, I had watched a good amount of them and I wanted to experience them for the first time with you ladies. And unfortunately, and I had heard so many great things about Boogie Pop, but unfortunately, it just missed the mark. It was
oh.
all over the place. That was chaotic.
The general consensus was we were confused. Like, what?
Yeah.
And then the research didn't help our understanding of it. That's the part that really got me.
Wait,
Yeah. I hated that.
is that the one you guys couldn't find the dub in?
Yes.
Yes. You had
Oh,
told us
yeah,
that there was a
okay.
dub, and I was like, since when?
Okay,
Since
I
when was
remember that
there a
one.
dub? But yeah, so that one was definitely one of the lows. I did love all of our cosplays that night. We all did our thing with that. Ghostface, and we were all a part of like the Mount Rushmore of serial killers, which we didn't really talk ahead of time on who we were gonna be when it came to that particular episode. So I thought that it was cool that we all ended up being, you Aish was Chucky, Shar was Ghostface, which she had the mask on. That clip she had lifted up the mask for that. But majority of the whole first part of the show, she had that mask down
It was
Yep.
and
hot.
was doing her thing through the mask. And then, as y'all saw, I was Freddie, and which was just disrespectful to my baby daddy, Jason Voorhees. But
Lord
I was
Jesus.
trying my best not to do any masks. I really wanted to step out of my comfort zone with these looks. So I decided that I didn't want to do a mask and I was saving my ghost face for another episode. So,
Mm-hmm.
but when it came to that particular episode, did we enjoy it? It was aside from the review, did we think that that one went well?
To me,
That
it
episode?
did. Because you and I went back and forth over a couple things outside of Jigsaw. The other one was Pennywise. That was fun. But,
Yes.
ooh,
Yeah,
I
we
enjoyed
went
that.
through Pennywise. It was Pennywise and Jeepers Creepers, right?
Yes. It was
Yeah.
who had the higher kill count between the two. That was
Oh,
fun.
Yeah, and that even spilled over to other, but we learned a lot about that because then we Googled at the end who had the higher kill count and how that went and stuff. And that even rolled over to the beginning of a different show where there was some drama on who has the higher kill count. Just FYI, Jeepers Creepers has a higher kill count than Hellraiser. If you don't know, Google it. So, alrighty. So let's move on. Our next episode was the Demons episode. And we did the Talk to Me movie review, Guess That Haunted House, and we just had a little bit of horror talk. And first off, I did a great job on these flyers. I'm just saying. I did that. Yeah. But I loved the Demon episode. The movie that we reviewed as a group. On the Discord, which was fun. And there was a lot of commentary back and forth between us while we were watching it. And I loved all of our looks for the Demons episode as well. What I miss?
No, because that movie, it was basically WPS on steroids.
WPS on steroids. If you haven't seen Talk to Me, check it out. It is a good movie, but it's an Australian movie. They had some melanated people in there, but they were not using their melanated behavior to its fullest extent. The melanated instincts, the ancestors were absolutely not happy with them. I can tell you.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have.
Oh, the biggest mistake we did was put the violation button in here. Okay, so I have a quick the Demons episode. So this clip, there's something that is not on that flyer that we did that night that is part of this clip, and we're gonna play it, and hopefully you enjoy it. If you think it looks interesting, you definitely have to go check out the Demon episode because it was a time. And now we have Jigsaw and Candyman.
He rests his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost.
Hey.
Okay. It's you, Aish.
Oh, shit.
And remember, you got to keep it in your mouth because we're going to be adding marshmallows.
Oh, my God.
That's why I wanted to start with this one.
He rests his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost.
No, we're not done. What are you doing? Don't touch it. I'll do it. Okay. These are really big. I wish I should have just used the smaller ones and double them. What the fuck?
That's it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God. This isn't your first time.
He does this against the phone.
I mean,
Come on, you can do it. No.
No, I think mine are bigger than yours. I think mine are bigger than yours, Ace. Let me see your bag. Yeah, bro. I have the campfire giant
Oh
ones.
yeah, yours are huge.
Mine are huge. That's why,
Okay,
girl.
do two small ones. Do two small ones.
Yeah, I gotta do two small ones.
Yours are like
I was gonna try and
4
do
in
whatever.
one.
I was like, there ain't no way. I was like, this can't be. I was like, there ain't no way Aisha just did this. Even if you were a good decoder, there was no way that you could have said that.
Did you
Well,
just
no.
did you just say a good deep?
I know porn stars that could have did that one. Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
saying. Come on. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, the show that gave me PTSD with the marshmallows.
The marshmallows were insane. I popped up some of the comments, but we couldn't respond to them because we were showing the clip. But the marshmallows were kicking y'all asses. It
Absolutely.
was definitely kicking mine. I don't deny that at all. We got
Never
this
want to
one.
see
Wait a
another
minute.
marshmallow again.
He thrusts his fist against the what and insists he still sees the what. It was a time. It was a time. And then where y'all get gigantic marshmallows. And yeah, that was a mistake.
But I thought
And
if I got the smaller ones, it would be too easy. So I was like, okay, let me go for the jumbo. That should be great. No.
I just, when I looked at the bag, so when I looked at all the options, so, sorry, I got distracted. When I looked at the options, there was like obviously the little tiny ones, and then I saw the campfire, and so I just put two and two together, and I was like, okay, these are the ones that we need. I guess I didn't look deep enough to find the medium-sized marshmallows, but them things about had me dead. I had spit it out in a, which I don't typically spit, but I spit it out in a napkin. I spit it out in a napkin, and I ended up, I guess, using that napkin at another point later in the evening. So there was like a little marshmallow like stuff on my face. I was like, no.
Oh
So
no.
it was messy. My hands were sticky, and there was a lot. Yeah. But that was a fun game. That was probably my one. It was one of my favorite. At the time, it was my favorite episode of Spooky Season.
It would have been if Casper hadn't been playing with our intelligence.
Yes, Casper back. He had a little. He had himself a little drinky drink, I guess, and was showing the hell out back there, just clicking on stuff, and that had us stressed out because we had a mouthful of marshmallows, and then he would like switch the tongue twister, and yeah. I think at the end, I finally said, you know what? F this shit. I said, we done. I said, we ain't playing this no more. Because we were fighting back and forth for which thing was going to be up. But we also did the haunted house, the guess that haunted house, which why I put so many hard ones up there, I don't know. But we made it through. And we also did the review. So, and though the anime wasn't great, I can't appreciate the fact that I said that I watched it. So now it's off my list. So, oh, someone said Casper was distracted. I get maybe girls stuffing. I like how Shar said, stuff it in. You gotta stuff it in. And I was like, well, damn. And I'm trying not to laugh while I'm like, so
Fingering the marshmallow.
Yeah, so maybe he was distracted by girls dressed like demons stuffing a bunch of marshmallows in their mouth. If you are into that kind of thing, the demons episode is up on YouTube and on our Facebook page, and it's a whole thing. So we did that for a while. It was an experience, to say the least. I am definitely glad that was the last part of the episode.
Yeah.
So we did that well. The demon look was easily one of my favorite looks of all of spooky season. So for me personally, would you do a different look? Did you have any issues getting ready for the episode?
Oh yeah. Yeah, because I was like, oh, we're doing demons. I can go pick up a couple things. I got a Dollar Tree like down the street from me. I went to Dollar Tree. Their Halloween section was about this big. And literally it was right next to the Christmas section that was like this big. I was like, we haven't even made it to Halloween yet. How, Sway? How is it that you have nothing? They had no horns, no, nothing, absolutely nothing. Maybe a couple things to go in your yard, but that was it. So I was frustrated trying to find last minute items for the demon look.
Yeah. Cosplay is not one. It is not. What about you, Shar?
I mean, it was decent. I feel like listen, I feel like my titties was out. I like looking at that clip, I was like, dang.
I
No
will
one told
never
me.
complain
No one
about y'all
told
titties
me.
being
Wait a
out.
minute.
Like y'all could have warned me, but I don't know. It was alright.
I was fine with it.
I see. I did not
If
know
it
I was
looked
that. I gotta pay attention next time. Like it was a
right,
dress.
don't depend on me because
It was a dress I
I'm
had.
always shoot for the titties to be out.
I thought if I turned it backwards, like it gave that black look. I didn't know it plunged that low, and it just kept,
Mm.
So I changed the outfit maybe a little bit.
Okay.
Did you see? I was run it back so we can confirm. Go watch the Demons episode on the page. Go back
Y'all
and
could
watch
warn me. I didn't know.
I'm sorry. I'm never going to. If anything, I'm gonna promote you promoting us.
I'm trying to be holy, okay? God.
Okay.
Wait, we had a whole demon episode and you trying to be holy?
Right. Promote the girls. Promote the girls. You gotta know your selling point every now and again, you know.
Right.
Right. So next up was the zombies episode, which was the House of the Dead movie review. Create a zombie survival kit and then a zombie infection movie tier list. The House of the Dead movie was something that we had decided to do. I really pulled it as a prank to troll the other, mainly Asia, because we had did a live action video game blind ranking, and the ghost in the back decided to drop House of the Dead on it, and none of us had seen it. So he pulled up the trailer, and it was a throwback, like 2003 trailer, and it looked completely ridiculous. And I mentioned that we should cover it during spooky season, and that's what we did. And nobody was happy about that after it was all said and done. Not even me. But it was an experience. It definitely had some nostalgia moments though. For like really bad throwback
Right.
PG-13/rated R. Because back then, I think PG-13 did allow you to show like naked boobs and stuff. You just couldn't have sex. So back then, that's kind of what you got in a lot of the horror movies and stuff compared to now. So it was nostalgic. It wasn't a good movie.
It was trash. It was trash.
It was not a good movie. It was not a good movie. We also did the infection tier list, which was that was a long tier list. That took us forever, actually. I would like to see. I like to do thorough tier lists. I like us to have options to choose from, but tier lists take us so long that I think that we're just gonna have to maybe like when we do tier lists, just make it a separate recorded episode or something because it takes us a good like 45 minutes each time we do it. No matter which one I don't think we've ever done a tier list under 30 minutes or under 20 minutes. Definitely not 20.
No, because we usually have like at least 20 options.
At least 20 options. And then 10, it's like, what's the point? Unless it's something that is really that can be minimized to that number. And we did the zombie survival kit, and that was kind of spur of the moment because we didn't have the actual list that we needed because the ghost in the back was being the ghost in the back. And so we took Char's advice and did it on the fly, and we have a clip of that. So let's rewatch that. So that's what we were supposed to do, but we don't have the list. And because I thought it was handled, I didn't make a backup list. So that is going to be our show for this evening. Just another Sunday.
I'll just
It is
grab
what
five
it
things
is.
real quick.
You said what?
I said, or just grab 5 things you'll use real quick.
Which we could. Okay, so we could do that. I probably should have turned on the light. Let me change my shoes because I got on my Adidas slides, and the last thing I need y'all to see on live is me bust my ass in this room.
What?
Okay. No, y'all don't want to see that. That's not going to be good. Okay, so I'm going to set a timer for, do we want to give each, a minute? How long do we want to give us? And then we'll just grab all the things.
Something quick.
30 seconds. That ain't enough time to do. I got to still turn on a light.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds? That is going to be horrible.
Is this stuff we take on a zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, like that's something things that would be in your zombie kit, your survival kit.
Okay.
But you got to do it quick. Because y'all said 30 seconds, so I'm going to let y'all be great.
Hey.
30 seconds is ridiculous. I don't even think I can get out of this chair in 30 seconds.
I'm a
see, all of y'all are like, I'm not even gonna bother. By the time I do that, the 30 seconds will be gone. Okay. Right. So are y'all ready?
Yeah, it's just 5, right?
Yeah, we can grab 5. Grab however many you can grab in 30 seconds, because I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna leave the mic on so everybody's gonna hear the alarm. So
okay.
Okay. On your mark, get set, go. Oh God. Shit. I just moved so much from my phone. Shit. Oh, where is everything? What else can I grab? What else can I grab? All right. Time's up. Time's up, people.
Hold on. I'm right here.
Okay. Stop. Jesus. Okay. All right. So that was that. What did everybody show me your stuff? Let's start with Shar. What did you grab?
All right. So I got scissors. I got knife. Okay. I got twine. I got nunchucks. Or is it everything or one at a time?
Yes. You can just show us everything.
I got rope. I got a katana.
Girl, and why do I have a whole sword rack and did not grab not one?
I have 30.
And 3 of them are real.
This one ain't real, but I do have a real one. I just not. I have a switchblade and I don't know, water.
All right, so don't run up in Char's house because just in her room alone, she's ready to off anybody. So time up and you can go missing. So don't run up over there.
Oh, and I got a tent.
That's crazy. Okay, Ace, what you got?
It's only 5 things, right?
Just whatever you grabbed. I don't even think I grabbed 5 things.
Knife.
Where did you get that from? Was that in your room already? Oh, can't happen. Okay.
Flashlight. Inhaler.
Okay.
Some batteries.
Smart. Okay. Well, I have a lighter,
Hey,
some pretzels. If you need some. Scissors,
nice.
a flashlight,
Hey.
water, blanket, glue. This is nail glue, but it'll work.
Yeah, it
And
will.
I'm so mad that I didn't think of my swords, but all of that was on the spot. So if I would have gotten a notification online telling me that that the zombie apocalypse was just happening, then I would have definitely grabbed two of my swords at least. Anything that I can carry. Um what name one thing that you weren't able to grab that if you had enough time it's something that's in your house that you would take. Only one thing. You can only choose one before we get
Fire
up out of here.
extinguisher.
I don't even know if I have a fire extinguisher in here. I should probably check that. I'm sure I do, but I don't know where it is.
Use it as a weapon and to put shit out. Yep.
True. It's a good okay. So that one was that one was the zombie apocalypse scavenger hunt. And I watching that back, I am even more disappointed with myself on not being prepared to survive the zombie apocalypse. Thank you. See you later. Yeah, so I wasn't um yeah. That wasn't my
No,
best work.
we'll have something prepared in case it goes left next year.
Babe, your door's open.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I liked what did we think about our looks for that night? Let's talk about that one. Because I know Shar, you were over it. You told us after the episode that you were like done.
Was
So
that the
did
episode?
what? Yes, because you were talking about how you were missing, like you couldn't find certain things for your makeup and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
And then my glasses like killed it. Like you couldn't see my eyebrows or none.
No,
But
and I just
other
rewatched it, and the eyebrows were great. You did do the eyebrows.
Mhm.
but yeah. I probably should have just started a little earlier and found my contacts or something. So the glasses didn't kill it.
Yeah. I think that's probably one of the things that none of us truly did but should have done is um start our cosplays earlier for each episode because I feel like I don't think we started any episode during the month of October on time. And
Nope.
and it be like that sometimes. It takes us a lot more to get in cosplay than, some other people and stuff because especially with what we were trying to do. And you had like full-fledged body paint. I was sticking moss on my freaking face and and stuff. Aisha had like a full workup on her mouth and everything and stuff. That was the day that your contacts didn't come in, right?
Ooh, those contacts made me mad. They're like, oh, your contacts are going to be on the way. This is when they're due. I'm like, okay, cool. It'll be the day before we air or before we do the show. Great. No. Then it's like, oh, the day of. I'm like, well, will it get here before we start the show? Amazon, they so full of you know what.
Yeah,
They
Amazon
just
tried it.
canceled it.
They played on your top real quick. But just like I told you after that, that is literally that is the life of cosplaying. Honestly, if you don't have everything like a month in advance at least, it is see you later. You're going to hit those type of issues and you just kind of have to wing it. The same thing, my contacts for my Tokyo Ghoul cosplay for DreamCon, was supposed to be there the day before, and then I got a notification that they were going to be there an hour after the same time, at the exact same time as my flight. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work out. And thankfully, I had a backup pair of just red contacts. So I was able to still get the point across. But it was something that really bothered me that I just couldn't, I couldn't do it the way that I wanted to. But unfortunately, that's just the name of the game. Sometimes things are not going to work out the way we wanted to. And, you know, we experienced that with our final episode, the Halloween episode. We had planned since day one when we had decided, because we planned all our spooky season episodes like a month in advance. So we already knew what games we were playing, for the most part, what anime and movies we were going to watch. And so we knew that we were going to dress up. And out of all the cosplays that we discussed, we knew for a fact that we wanted to do the Clover cheerleaders for our final episode. So we could give you guys a group cosplay. And yeah, I know me personally, I procrastinated, and it was there and it was available. And for it to just kind of disappear and not be able to get them until like mid-November, I did not see nearly enough pictures of girls in Clover cheerleaders. But based off of that, it seemed like every Black girl in America had decided that they were going to be Clover cheerleaders for Halloween, because the costumes were out of there and there was nothing we could do about it. And so we had to change at the last minute. And that we changed on what, the like the same week, I think. We changed our cosplay completely like that same week. I know we started talking about it when I got back from New Mexico. Because we were talking about it in the airport.
I got it Thursday, I think. Harley came in. Or I ordered her Thursday, and then she came in like Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So it was last minute for her.
Overall, with that episode, is there anything that you would have liked to do differently? Would you, outside of, you know, obviously starting earlier, would you have chosen for the zombie episode, would you have chosen a different cosplay? I felt like the zombies episode was hard because I didn't just want to be like a random zombie with like a bite on my neck or whatever. So trying to come up with a zombie character was hard. And we couldn't all be Beetlejuice. So
no, you saved my behind on that one, because once the contacts weren't coming in, I'm like, okay, what do I do? And you're like, well, why don't you try doing the different contact? I was like, oh, didn't even think about that. So you helped out a lot with that one.
Well, thank you. You know, we look out for each other over here on Waifu Views. We try, because I want to say I got the idea about Beetlejuice from Char.
Oh yeah.
Initially, yeah. So that was all thanks to you. So next up, we had the monster. Oh, this was the last episode before our Halloween episode, and this was the monsters episode. And we were supposed to do a Shiki anime review, but they had pulled it off of Crunchyroll and basically everywhere in the US, which every now and again anime will do that. We did a name your favorite horror movie by theme, which is where we had a generator. We had a spinning wheel that had different types of horror movie tropes, like comedy horror, serial killer, psychological, etc., etc. We did an FMK, I'm going to stick beside him creature edition. And then we did pick one, which creature would you be? And this was absolutely my favorite episode. It was my favorite episode. It was the funniest episode. And it was probably the most audience interaction we had had in quite some time, where everybody wanted to be in on finding out what choices we made on the FMK creatures, and everybody had their own opinion as well. So it was a really fun episode. And this was one of my favorite episodes because at the last minute, I think it was because I was going out of town, we decided to wear masks. And so we just decided to make it easy on ourselves. and do a mask thing. And all of our masks looked really cool. We had a whole lot of fun. And I think it just worked. I thought she was about to say something. She over there choking. Don't unalive yourself, Aisha.
No, the best part for me was the scissoring of the gills.
Y'all was wild with the FMK. We were definitely out of pocket. Some of us more than others. I stand behind every decision I made, everything I said on that show. I don't kink shame, so don't you kink shame me, people. If you go back and watch that episode, if you don't watch any episode from the Halloween series, I definitely recommend the Monsters episode. It was a thing, and I have a clip from the FMKs, and so you're gonna see what we were working with, and the ladies are gonna be so annoyed when I play this one. So here we go. Oh, hold on, before I do that. Oh, so Isekai Keem already know what I'm about to put up. Here we go.
Why the booty face?
We got the leprechaun.
Wait.
Is that what I think it is on the end?
Is that a booty face? What is that?
But it has legs attached. What?
That is a booty face. Or a face booty.
That is a horrible combo.
Okay,
What
so y'all.
is wrong with you?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all where that comes from. So there's this movie called The Society, and these things are called like the socialites, and they're these creatures. They're like they've gone, and y'all are some brave women. We appreciate that.
Thank you. That's what I want to know. Who is the ass man?
He's in this movie, and so basically these people have been like they're known for breeding, like expert breeding to the point where now they can like combine. Now they can combine their body parts and stuff and melt into like one big form or whatever. So they can do all these crazy things. So they look like normal people sometimes, but then other times they can do weird stuff like this.
Wait, I just need. Does he like poop out of his mouth?
Let me tell you something. I don't know the answer to that.
No, I'm not seeing.
Someone finished it on booty face.
No.
Let me tell you something. You're going with the chatterer in the middle because that's terrifying as well.
You know what? I'll keep it simple. I will marry the leprechaun, fuck old boy in the middle, and old boy at the end got to get off. I don't care what circumstances are behind it. There's no sitting butt to butt. There's no kissing that thing. No, you got to off it. There is nothing that can make me okay with the guy at the end that got legs. It's not even just an ass face. He got legs.
Honest, and this okay, so I'm hoping none of my family members are watching this, but as y'all know, I'm pan, so I get down with the get down, and I've done some things, and I would totally strap that man's face.
You don't know where that mouth has been, ma'am.
I said strap. I didn't say nothing else. That don't have to come in contact with me.
What in the world?
No.
The
There's
center is
probably no gag
terrifying.
reflex. No.
The center is terrifying. I don't know, y'all.
Paper bag him and ride it until the sun comes up. Period.
Oh, okay, yeah, I could do that. He do got a little body.
Oh wow.
Char, what you doing?
I've been scared of leprechauns since I was a kid, so but he got money, so I'm gonna
He
pump
got
him.
money.
I'm a merry middle, and I'm sorry to the leg booty man. There you
Why
go.
Sorry,
you boys?
booty man. Oh
Yeah.
my.
Okay, so I'm not gonna-
Mm-mm. I had so many problems with him. So many problems with him.
there was so many interesting matchups in that episode that we could have done a whole separate show just going back and looking at, like, we should honestly do a reaction video to our own video because it was hilarious. We had, we had to choose between a bunch of different characters like the Cenobite, actually at the end of that show, which I stopped it because we were going a little long, but we had the one where it was Predator and Pinhead and then the mommy monster. So, and that was a good topic, talking about, what we think Pyramid Head has under that big ass loincloth
Mm.
type thing and stuff. So it was it was easily the funniest episode that we had, and we had a lot of tough choices. I made that really hard intentionally, but because I like to, when I do create this stuff myself instead of passing it on to the ghost in the back, um, I don't think about what my answers will be ahead of time. So I randomly clicked on them when I put them up in the thing. So I randomly matched them up. So I didn't have time to sit there and really process. And it was the last thing that I did for the show. So I couldn't sit there and be like, well, this is what I would do and this is what I would do. So all of that stuff was off the cuff. And
We knew something was wrong when it came to the creature from the Black Lagoon.
okay, so I'm just still going to say this. I don't understand why gills don't seem like that would be something interesting to dabble in.
No. I don't want gills nowhere near my body. No. Look
I
at
just
Shark's face.
well, obviously, I'm not just openly going out here like, let me go grab a fish or whatever. Like, that's just weird. But I'm saying in that situation,
Mm-mm.
and I don't remember who that matchup was with, but it made I think it was him, was it Nosferatu and one other character, and it just made sense to me. And the game was called FMK. I'm gonna stick beside him, and I'm gonna stick beside Gil Man, okay?
Oh,
Because
Lord.
I feel like I said, we don't kink shame over here. You live your best life as long as it's behind closed
Yeah.
doors. He said, let
Man.
me go grab
Okay.
a fish. It's a crazy sentence. He always, okay, Julian, let's talk, because during that episode you misheard me and said that I would do something with the weird spider thing, and I was like, no, that is not what I said, and I had to replay. I didn't say let me go. I'm not just go. Don't take it out of context. I didn't just say I'm gonna go get a fish. I'm just saying that's not what I would do. I'm not gonna sit here and say let me go get a fish just so I can try out gills. I'm saying that's a whole man that has gills on his body. And I think that somehow that could be a little kinky. Just saying. Could be wrong, but
That's
you
a
only
whole
live
way of
once.
choking somebody. That's all I could say.
You only live once. Okay? That's
Oh,
it.
Jesus. Okay.
All right. And then the last one was, of course, our Halloween episode, which we did nothing on this list aside from the Halloween candy tier list, which was it was the most chaotic thing we did all night, honestly, because by that point everybody was drunk and showing their behinds. And we also played a bunch of party games leading up to the Halloween tier list, which involved drinking. Some people partaked in smoking because they don't drink, and then other people drank. And Halloween was on a Tuesday. We had this episode on a Monday. I mean, on a Sunday. So people had to go to work the next day. So thank you once again to everybody that showed up for that episode. We had a lot of great people. We had about 10 people there. That episode actually ran 4 hours because anytime you have a good amount of people, and let me tell you, in the blurred space, in the blurred cartel, and in blurred approved entertainment, there are a lot of people that have shows that are the most outspoken and just hilarious human beings on the face of this planet. And you got to let everybody showcase. On our show, we really wanted to showcase all the different shows and bring everybody together to open up that space on each platform to basically showcase other shows, other people on different shows, the hosts of Make It Make Sense, Welcome to Hollywood, Honey and Cocoa, which Shar is one of the co-hosts for that. What It Sound Like. We had it all. We had the round table members there from the Blurred Cartel, Friday Night Year. It was a great time, and I'm so grateful for everybody that came through because they didn't really have to. And not only did they show up, they promoted and they helped us close out spooky season with a bang. So
and a bang it was.
A bang it was. We played everything from we played an assumption game where you had to point someone out and make a random assumption about them. If the assumption was correct, then the person that it was made about had to drink. If you got it wrong, then you had to drink. We played Never Have I Ever, which y'all already know how that goes. And nobody in the blurred space, if you know, blurreds are freaks. Okay, let's just throw that out there. It's scientifically proven that they are freaks, and in so many different ways. And we did not disappoint with Never Have I Ever. We also played a likes and dislikes game. And we did the Halloween candy tier list. Don't judge if you go back and watch that episode. Candy corn should not have made it as high as it was. But unfortunately, Honey Shar and Coco from Honey and Cocoa, also known as Lala, are crazy.
Yes,
crazy. People. And
candy corn is
totally
delicious.
threw off the tier list. And they also tried to downplay nerds and Jolly Ranchers, which are easily S tier. But
no, that was me.
That was Lala.
Somebody turned into a whole brat by the end of it.
Actually, if you want to go and watch us being held hostage on our own show, Lala did that after a lot of sippity sips. She refused to tier the tier list properly until we moved candy corn to a different spot. So I respect the dedication.
We still love you.
I'm never doing a tier list with her again after that many drinks. So we will be doing the tier list at the beginning of the episode because at the bottom it was over. It was done for us. So I have a clip, but before I get into the clip, let's just talk about the overall episodes. Everybody came dressed on press, which we're gonna show in a second, and we did a good job. Actually, you know what? Let's play the clip first, and then we'll talk about it. Let's do that. Okay. Let's keep it going. It's on you, Ash.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's step it up a notch because we've been really chilling. Let's do the most.
Pick it up.
All right.
Yes, let's pick it up. I want to see.
Never have I ever been in a threesome or more.
A what?
What?
Threesome or more.
Now we had to define what we're talking about.
You mean or more? I mean, what do you mean define? It ain't that difficult to define.
Have
you been in?
I'm just going to drink because if you tag team in a joint with your man,
that's
that. I mean, that yes.
I know what you're saying, but yes.
Yeah, that definitely counts. I was gonna say that counts.
Did you just say never? Julius, grab a friend. Come over.
The pro invites.
The fact that the comments had to tell you that counted as well.
It's not a threesome, bro. You just. Yeah, I mean,
No, I think.
If it's not a train, it's a threesome.
I know what a train is, and don't be last on the train.
Don't be last on the train is ridiculous.
And it's like the saying, Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last.
Last on the train is crazy.
Last
Go ahead.
last thing
Go on and drink, Chris. Come on back to the screen and drink.
Oh yeah, I'm already
And
drinking. I didn't, you know what I mean?
have either one of y'all had a threesome or more? Because if so, both of y'all got to drink.
I gotta
I
reload
drink.
this.
I drink as soon as I I'll drink again though.
Listen, in my hood, we call them handicap matches. I had
And here we
I'm glad I
go.
stopped myself.
That's what I'm saying.
But
What
that's
Ludacris
different.
say? Tag team off the ropes.
That
Then
is
it counts. So
shout
go
out to Ludacris.
I ain't drunk, so.
You know what I mean?
Oh, it's on me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is.
Let's see. How can I be problematic as possible?
Whips, chains, handcuffs.
Never have I ever had or participated in anal.
And who what when?
Never have you either have or participated. So
Okay.
either you have hit it, you have done it to somebody, or someone's done it to you.
Are we talking about backdoor activity?
Yeah.
Outdoor activities.
Wait, hold on. What? So wait, are we talking about like? Because I've definitely had my ass ate before. So like, are we talking
That
like
counts
that?
too.
Okay.
That we're going with that too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mm.
that one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
I can't even call that
No
a violation.
kink
How's that a violation?
That's some real ass shit, bro.
I can't even call that.
I don't think it's a
God
violation.
damn it!
He came out so freely with it. Like,
I mean, y'all ain't never had a chick. She goes
Did
down.
he knock over his drink?
You
I
get
can
past-
just imagine Afro with his legs
the
back
ring
here.
No, they don't go up that high. They don't go up that high, yo. I got bad hip.
Listen,
It's
I ate
He
ass,
looked
but
at
I
you,
didn't
Jim.
get my ass ate. So just like, you know what I mean? So
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little backdoor play.
this is a one-way buffet over here.
That's as far as I'm with, bro. I'm not judging. I'm not judging anybody else though. Whatever you're into, what you're into.
Batman. What Ron said.
Listen, we're not judging the action. We're judging how loosely he said it. It's just like fuck.
Oh, but then he said eating ass is fun. I feel you.
Fun?
Fun?
What do you want me to do? They make it. What do you want me to do?
I mean,
just clean up afterwards.
Is eating ass fun?
You're getting wild with that one, and I know I said it.
Yeah.
And I'll drink it.
I say that word a lot. That's like one of my favorite words outside of.
It's crazy, and I'm going to drink to that for saying that. He said ass is fun. Then he backpedals and says to each his own. Come on.
No, you can. I don't have a problem with eating ass.
Just clean up afterwards. So he was all over the place with that.
No,
He was getting sloppy with it, yo.
Oh, good times.
That was a mess.
It was.
Your mic is off.
I said, yeah, that was a time. Thank you. If you were wondering about my never have I ever, we had gotten to the point where some of us, because we are all free-spirited people, we had to say things we actually had done to get people out of pocket and stuff. So as y'all can see by my responses, like, ain't nothing wrong with a little backdoor action, just like I said on the show. Do you be great. If that's what you like, get into it. Waifu Views do not kink shame. We're gonna keep that. I keep that above.
Until it comes to kids.
And okay, I'm offended.
Lucky that.
I thought we were here, and I expected more of you.
Oh,
It did.
wow.
No, I'm just kidding. That hurt, didn't it? That's how that. No, actually, when I was rewatching there was another episode where you said something from spooky season, and I was like, rude, and everybody burst out laughing. I was like, that stung a bit, but you were making a joke. It was funny. But with that episode, if the reason why Cam kept saying like he was going to drink for that is because we also had a word of the night, and we had two, and it was crazy or wild. So if anybody said crazy or wild, they had to drink. So you can imagine, just with the plethora of people that we had, it got said a lot. We had good old Hollywood Sensei drop out after a little too many sippity sips. He had been sipping all night. He was sipping even when he didn't have to. He said he was coming to play, and I appreciate that. Coming in full throttle. Afro Kami is always with the debauchery and did not disappoint. I'm pretty sure we could have just had an episode with him, and it still would have been hilarious.
That's right.
Absolutely.
He is hilarious. But you saw all of our costumes. Like I had mentioned before, we had to switch our cosplays for that episode the week of, basically. But we still showed up and showed out. Shar was beautiful Catwoman. Aisha was, you already know, Harley Quinn. And then I was Poison Ivy. We had decided that we were going to be the ladies of DC. And we tried our best. We hope that we did our thing. I think that looks wise, all of us had one of our best looks that night. Like, we looked really good. And I was like, oh, okay. I was really mad that we live in different cities because we definitely should have did a photo shoot. So bring all those costumes to DreamCon, ladies, because I'm gonna find a photographer. So I have a couple of negatives about that episode. One is I definitely should have not had as many games. Hey Tay, I love you, Boma. Y'all, follow Black Boma on all social media platforms for all of your Dragon Ball content. She knows what she's talking about. She is a little biased, but she will admit that she's biased sometimes. But I love her because she still puts respect on Vegeta's name. So we always right here. That's my girl. Be sure to check her out. She has incredible content and she's going places. So we will definitely be having her on the show again someday. Just for that. Maybe when Dragon Ball Daima comes out, we can have her on the show and have a Dragon Ball party. But yeah, so I definitely wouldn't put as many games because I never think about how many people we had to get through for those games. So that was something. Secondly, we were definitely late for this episode. Me and Shar in particular. What are you guys doing? Love what you guys are doing. Oh, thank you. We trying to get like you, girl. Oh, go follow Waifu Views on TikTok. Tay. Vegeta need a major W in the next series. Man's be getting work too much. Pause. You know, Daquan, we have come to I love you. I shout you out all the time because you watch our shows every week like clockwork, and we appreciate it. But say something crazy like that about my man one more time, and we gonna have beef because Vegeta don't be getting worked all the time. Okay. Not the faith, H. The disrespect. You know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're not even gonna get into that because that's gonna be a whole nother thing. We're gonna talk after this episode. We're gonna have to reevaluate our friendship. That's what we're gonna do. So if H ain't here next week, I'm just kidding.
That really hurt.
That hurt. Like I know y'all, bro. How dare you talk about?
Yeah, that's like
talking
talking about Kakashi to Char.
Sorry, right, like what you doing?
Then I grab my Kakashi now.
Right, go grab your Kakashi and be like. So, the other thing was, yeah, us being late. that costume, because we changed last minute. I'm a plus size girly, and nothing, and everybody loves Poison Ivy. Finding even just a green bodysuit to make my own cosplay was stressful. It was stressful.
But you pulled it off amazingly.
Amen. But it was still a struggle. And I couldn't stand up because if I did, they'd kick us off of YouTube because of what was going on below the waistline. Honey, the thighs, girl, I had like a massive, because the bodysuit was, first off, it was too small. And in order to like pull it up, so all of this wasn't out, I had to give myself the deepest wedgie on the face of this planet that I sat in for 4 hours. 4 hours. So if you don't respect nothing about waifu views and cosplayers, respect the struggle because it's real. And my thing in the back and the front be thinging, and that bodysuit was not it. Okay, it was not it. It was a struggle. But we looked great. Everybody showed up in costume, which I was worried about because you know how Negroes do when it come to any type of themed costume cosplay. I'd be like, all right now, follow the theme, or I'm not putting you on the screen. Oh, bars. But yeah, so that happened. Oh, booty was forcefully chewing. It was not fun. It wasn't fun. And I couldn't even clip the tier list without Lala yelling at us at some point. Another thing is I should have ate prior to the show, because I know at least there, if you go back and watch the episode, there's just at some point where I just visibly shut down. And then I had to check myself because I would sit there, I'd be like, all right, y'all, I haven't eaten all day and I'm tired and we've been here for 4 hours. Let's keep it moving. And I was like, dang, I sound like a real tyrant right now. But I was shutting down. Mentally, I had stopped functioning probably like hour 2.5 mentally, but physically I was there by hour 4, and then we were still on for like another 45 minutes. So, but it was fun.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I've already been approached about doing another one. So I'm thinking maybe for New Year's, like either like somewhere between like Christmas and New Year's.
Okay.
To kind of close out the year and stuff, like a celebratory, like all the shows did their thing this year. We moving on up and wishing good things for 2024 with all of us. So we can do that, or we can do it around Christmas, because I definitely want to do some Christmas cosplays. So somewhere in between.
Somebody has to do the Grinch.
You pointing at me or yourself? Me?
Oh, I got the Grinch outfit already.
Because I'm gonna do the Grinch, but I don't have to do it on the show. I'll do Cindy Lou Who for the show. Actually, I think Aisha should do Cindy Lou Who for the show.
I could do Cindy Lou Who.
Because I think you're going to do Cindy Lou Who. I'd have to come up with another character, because I'm definitely gonna do the Grinch, but maybe I'll do a different version of the Grinch. I could do the movie again.
I do like the mayor. I kind of want to do the mayor, or his love interest, I'll do that.
Well, I love her in like the feathered cloak and her boobs are sitting up, and I love her.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Well, guys, there you go. Even if we do the party for New Year's, you will get a cosplay for Christmas from us, and hold us to it, because while we're talking about that, Shar and I were participating. That would be interesting. We were participating in 31 days of Halloween cosplay. Shar, would you like to speak on that?
No. You know what's funny though? I counted mine yesterday, and I actually had 26, and I just did not post them.
Wait, like you actually
But
did the videos too, and you didn't post them, or you had
I did
21
pictures of
cosplay?
26. But I didn't post. I only posted the what? I think 3. So I'm
Oh,
still proud of myself. I still did it,
you
even
did.
if I didn't post it. So I feel
Well, just
like
post it. Don't
no.
nobody care. Why not? I'm
How,
still posting stuff. I posted something the other day. I still have like 2 more videos for Beetlejuice that I have to post. And I still have stuff that I purchased or that I created. I just needed a couple of days to like rewind and like de-stress. But I will be dropping still spooky season cosplays for all of this week. I will be dropping more because I'm not gonna have all this stuff that I can't use again for like regular cosplay. So y'all, they just gonna get my stuff late. I don't care. It's still
I feel
getting
like
views.
I feel like some I can still use for like regular cosplay, and then some because I know my obsessiveness with procrastination, I can save it for next year, and I can already be
True.
ahead of the game. So
See,
you
they gonna
know,
know. They gonna know because my goal by next year, honey, all of my cosplays, I'm gonna be half naked because I'm gonna be smaller.
Woohoo!
So they gonna know. They gonna be like, that was last year. I'm gonna be like, you're damn right. That was last year.
so
So I'm gonna just go in and drop them. Because I already told y'all, Revenge Body 2024
I
by
feel it.
DreamCon. By Halloween,
Mhm.
it's gonna be over. Y'all gonna be like, when did you become a lewd cosplayer? I'm gonna be like, the minute my man said I could be, and I dropped this weight.
I'm still do lewd, big or small, but
You
it's
got
just
to.
gonna go over to the next year.
And one thing I've learned with this is they are not. I I think I've gotten into the threshold with people on TikTok, like the people that follow me, like my stuff to where, and they defend me because, like I told y'all, when we first started Waifu Views, the very first cosplay I'd ever dropped was my Raven,
Which
and
was fabulous.
I got so much hate. Well, I got a lot of positive stuff, but I got so much negative shit from that about how I was sexualizing a child character, and I was too big and all types of stuff, like to where I was at work and I had to stop for an hour while I was at work to do damage control before it spiraled out of control to where people were like doing all types of stuff. And I was like going back and forth with some people, and I'm like, y'all shouldn't even be on my page. I am in my 30s. I can walk out of here butt booty behind naked butt booty behind naked if TikTok allow me. Oh, they sure can. They can suck something else too. I got it in the drawer. Um, so because I'm the poo. I am. Everybody on here is the poo in the
Yeah.
best way possible. But yeah, so now I've gotten to see people like really say, you know what, I like your shit, or you did that and stuff. And I've had it to where I'll get like one random comment, and I literally had someone like just give them the finger. It was like, get off of this shit. And I did not know this person at all. I was like, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Oh yeah, people definitely have a lot of stuff to say on the internet, but they can never say it in person. And that is one of the reasons why when we did our episode about going to conventions, I said that if you enjoy being in the blurred space, I would recommend like leaving the internet stuff behind and just being a part of like the con scene, because that is where you see the true fandom, and it is always on some uplifting type stuff. It's never, you're never gonna, who gonna roll up on my 250 behind pound behind out in a con and tell me I'm too fat to wear whatever I got on? Bro, I will get banned from that con for
Move some. Move some. I want somebody to try it. I want to. You know what? I've never been arrested in another state.
let me tell you something. Don't do that. Definitely not at DreamCon. We are not ending up. Star mentioned it. She said one thing I'm not going to do is go to jail in Texas.
Texas better act
There's a
right
couple
then,
of
then you
places.
won't have to.
There's a couple of places it is what it is, but not in Texas. I ain't nope. But we had a good time. is there anything that you would change about aside from us procrastinating on our costumes that night? Is there anything else that you would change? Would you have wanted to do a different group cosplay if we had had more time? Like aside from like the Clovers.
We had some good options if we didn't make it. Now, what we settled on in the end was fantastic, but the Powerpuff Girls was one of them we thought about doing.
Which I still think we should do, because I don't think it necessarily falls into your typical spooky season stuff. I think that we can still do that for a show and videos for our TikTok page. And I feel like because we weren't doing like full-fledged cosplays, it was more of like an upgraded version of closet cosplay. I think we should still do it. We have the Sailor Scouts, which when I tell you the amount of requests I've heard from people about wanting us to do the Sailor Scouts, it's crazy. I've had multiple people watch the show and say that we should cosplay the Sailor Scouts.
I'm on board.
Multiple times. So we definitely have options. But we made it through. Spooky season was crazy. It was great. It was fun. We did our thing. I know we're gonna try and do, when it comes to the cosplays, I didn't meet 31 days officially, and even with the ones that I have left, I think I hit closer to what Shar hit. I think it's like 28. But I definitely plan to prepare more ahead of time, because Halloween definitely kind of snuck up on me personally, where I was like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to do it. And the thing is, I did decide kind of at the last minute that I wanted to participate in it. And then I decided that I was going to do a bunch each day and stuff. And then I was procrastinating on purchasing the things that I needed, or I'd have everything but one thing. And then I had bohemian braids in my hair for like the first 2 weeks. And I was like, well, I'm going to push this one to the side because I need a wig for this one and stuff. And so I'm still super proud of myself though, because just off of the ones that I completed, technically I did more in the month of October than I did all year.
Me
So,
too.
and you have opened up the door to cosplay, which we were pushing you to do in the very beginning. Like, we're on our 22nd episode, which we're technically more on like our 25th, because we've had interviews and stuff that we didn't count in those numbers. Mm-hmm. But you did your thing. You said you was gonna cosplay every day, and you did. Every Sunday, and you did. So you got a little stash now to start with, and
my closet was already small. Now I got to figure out a way to pack this stuff up to make more room.
I have stuff in a guest bedroom, and I still have stuff in the hallway leading to that guest bedroom. Yeah, so who knows how that's gonna go? Right. But so it was a good season. I'm gonna prepare more for the posts and stuff that we do. Definitely gonna do more watch parties, like maybe once a week on the Discord now that we have that up and stuff. So overall, I would say it was a solid spooky season.
Oh, absolutely.
We did a good job. Mm-hmm. I'm proud of all of you ladies. We did that. I'm proud of us. Because when we started this show, if somebody would have told me that we would have did a whole month themed for Halloween and cosplayed and have a Discord now and all of that stuff, I would have been like, so you sure? Let's just see what happens.
We've come a long way in 6 months.
Bro, we are going to, I'm telling you, closer to our the new year, we are definitely going to do, we're just going to have a conversation really talking about all the things we accomplished this year. If not at the end of the year, definitely on our anniversary, because y'all can't get rid of us now. We're here. We ain't going nowhere. So be prepared to be sick of us.
All of it.
Because that's how that's going to go. So speaking of the Discord, we decided that we would stream the final episode of Attack on Titan the other night. We had a good amount of people come through and watch it with us, which thank you everyone that came through. You see, I got my cloak on and stuff, Sasageo. And and so we have to now talk about the end. It's the end of an era. Attack on Titan is absolutely one of my favorite anime of all time. So I think I'm in limbo, to be honest. Like, I'm not happy it's over. I'm not sad. I'm gonna rewatch the episode tonight or tomorrow, and I feel like the waterworks are gonna happen because then it'll really sit in. Yeah, I think it's gonna sit in. I think I just watched it as a regular show, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to rewatch that again. You know, there's certain things you just kind of have to watch by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I was experiencing it with everyone else, and people were making their comments and stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, but I think when I watch it alone in the comfort of my own home in my cosplay and stuff, maybe I'll even record it. Just see me crying. So I'm gonna move us down, and actually I can move us to the side. I don't know why I moved us over here. I was lame.
Oh, because spooky season's over and our beautiful witches.
Yes, the witches are gonna go. We're gonna go back to our samurai galleys.
Yes.
So look at it one good time. Look at our artwork. Look how fire we look as witches.
Yes.
Okay, so Erin, this is a visual from the last episode. You already know this is the final season. This is one of the posters for the final season. And I have one last thing, and this is, let's move this down here. These are all of the posters for every season of Attack on Titan.
Oh.
And like, guys,
I love them, but the one on the bottom, fourth over, if you didn't know any better,
there's a lot happening there.
I'm just saying.
There's definitely a lot happening there. Oh, we got some comments. Amazing. A true masterpiece. It was. No matter how you look at it, I feel like it was. This was the very last poster. I mean, this was our very first introduction to Attack on Titan. This right here. Looking like little Aaron. So let's chat really quickly before we get into the episode. I want everybody to go around and kind of tell us how you feel about Attack on Titan, just in general.
You want me to kick it off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I won't say I still am a big fan. Am I upset it was drug out this long? Absolutely. Absolutely. But the finale, I'm just gonna my heart. Okay. Because you know what? I'm not gonna ruin it for nobody. I just know if you haven't seen it, go see it ASAP.
What about you, Shar?
I mean, I still adore it. It's still gonna go down as one of my favorite animes. That last episode, I mean, it was, of course, it was well done, but there are some things I was kind of like, about. But I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Is it the end? Because there's been so many endings. So is it the end? End?
Well, what they did was they, when they end an episode, it would be written like at the bottom, it would say to be continued. And at the end of this one, it did say the end. So I don't know, but I do feel like the way they left off, it wouldn't surprise me if we get more.
Because those ending credit pictures, or she didn't get dragged out, they could have extended the last season. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. But like the ending credit, like little
yes,
I'm hoping, but if they did keep on going, I wouldn't be mad at it. That's all. I wouldn't be mad.
Okay, I'm gonna say my part and then y'all can piggyback off it. So Attack on Titan, the reason I've always gone so hard about it is because it was one of the first anime that I watched when I came back to anime in college. So I grew up watching anime, and then in high school I got super busy and all this stuff, and I basically for the most part didn't watch anime majority of high school. And then in college I kind of came back to it thanks to Dragon Ball. For one night I just couldn't get the Majin Buu saga out of my head, and so I rewatched it or whatever. But I was in a major car accident in 2014 where I legally died multiple times. I was thrown from the car. I had to relearn how to walk. Actually, I couldn't walk for multiple months and I had to relearn how to walk. I did everything from break my back, lacerate my spleen and liver, broke my hip. Anything that basically could have happened to me physically. And during that time, I was in a really weird place because I was in college at the time in Tallahassee, and I had to retroactively withdraw. You start to realize who your real friends are when shit hits the fan. And so I felt really lonely and lost and tired and every negative emotion you could kind of feel. And I had just one day decided that I wanted to look for horror stuff, but in the anime realm. And so that's how I came across Black Butler and Tokyo Ghoul, which is why it has a special place in my heart. And then right then, around that time, I think Attack on Titan season 1 was already either it was currently happening or it had just finished season 1. And I went and watched it and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's really how I felt. And it just has this really close connection where it reawakened my love for anime, but it also gave me comfort. And I appreciated the tones and the conversation that you see in this show, the themes in this show, because you see heartache, you see despair, you see struggles and growing from those struggles and stuff like that. And I felt like I was very much in that place at the time. And so it just spoke to me on so many levels. And I appreciated it breaking away from typical shonen where, everything has a happy ending and the main protagonist always gets the win and stuff like that, because I just genuinely don't see life that way. And if I ever saw it like that at some point, I didn't see it after my accident. And so now I get this thing that I look at as greatness. And I agree with what everybody said when it comes to the ending, especially because we waited so long to get that last final episode. And I don't necessarily feel like what we got in that episode was worth waiting that long for. I do believe that when they gave us that last season, right after that, they could have gave us these 2 parts. Like they could have put it together and made it a whole little mini movie and called it a day. And I think that it would have had more of an impact on me because I was still very much in everything that had just happened in Marley and stuff. So I feel like, we were reeling from Sasha and watching all these crazy things happen and stuff. So I felt like if they would have giving it to us sooner, it would have had more of an impact. It's kind of like, and I saw this post where someone said in one of these groups, it, everybody's talking about the ending of Attack on Titan. I wish One Piece would end. And everybody, so there was a lot of people, there was a lot of backlash, but other people were getting it, and he expressed it. He said, a true story has a beginning, middle, and end. And when you draw out stories like that, you start to wonder what you're going to get in the end, if it was worth that whole journey to get whatever you got at the end. And so he's like, I've been watching this since I was a kid. He said, I want to be able to say that that I saw the ending, and that the ending meant something more than just giving me an ending. And so, and there were a lot of people in there that were saying the same things. And that's kind of how I feel about Attack on Titan. Well, and see, you've been watching it since you were a kid and stuff, but even for someone like me that binged it in 7 months, I'm still like, okay, how many arcs do we get before we find the One Piece? And though we already know that the One Piece is not the power of friendship or anything like that, we do know that. But what if it's not as climactic as Gear 5 and the Kaido fight and all of these different moments that we've had? Would you feel like you had wasted all of that time? Or, which I don't think you'd waste it, you'd feel like it was wasted, but would you feel like, honestly, they probably could have sped this up and did this a lot sooner, and it would have had more of an impact?
I can see where you're coming from with that, but I'm one of those people, like, if you already know your destination, then why not enjoy the ride? Why not enjoy the journey that's taking you to get to your destination? Because it's going to take some amount of time, whether it be a short amount of time or a long amount of time. You still just have to enjoy the experience. Because if not, then what are you going on the journey for?
And I appreciate that. I have no problem with the journey, but at this point, the journey is almost like, or is in like 1,100 episodes. And there's still at least like 2 more arcs after that. And the ending isn't in sight yet. So at that point, when there are people that have literally lived through One Piece and have died without being able to see the end, like, that's crazy to me. Because like I said, a good story, a great story has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Mm-hmm.
Everything, all good things must come to an end. And we have seen it time and time again with movies and shows and stuff, when they draw out seasons and give us more and more and more, we end up losing either we lose the essence of why we fell in love with it to begin with, which is where I'm at with The Walking Dead. I haven't been back to The Walking Dead in years, and I was addicted. When I tell you, I watched that very first, I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, this is going to be my show. I watched it on day one, and I watched it weekly. I watched the after shows. I watched, I was pulling information and stuff. I loved it, and now I cannot even tell you how it ended, because I stopped in season like 6, and they went on to give us like maybe 9 or 10 before it was over. And a lot of people dropped that show. And those are the things that you don't like. Even with Game of Thrones, when you have watched something you wait a year for it to come back, you watch it every week, you're invested in it, and then they give you something mediocre, it almost tarnishes its legacy. If I had $1 for every time people talk about Game of Thrones in a negative light, and then I have to remind them, I'm like, well, yeah, but this was 10 years. Like, I'm not in love with the ending, but would I still rewatch Game of Thrones from episode 1 until the end? Absolutely. And that's how I feel about Attack on Titan. I will never stop watching Attack on Titan. I will rewatch it whenever I feel like it. I will walk around in the cosplays, and I will most likely cry my ass to sleep tonight when I rewatch the season finale. I mean, the series finale.
Right.
But it drew out. It drew out way longer than it should have. And he said, I was with Walking Dead every time with my brothers and stepdad till the okay, well, don't do spoilers, but yes, until they killed Glenn. That's been years after they was doing too much and killed dang near everybody. I think we can agree that the last season of Game of Thrones was bad. I disagree. I don't think the last season was bad. I didn't like the season. I didn't like the series finale. I personally didn't think that the season itself was bad. But I think that if they would have, I think they could have done it differently. I will say that.
Definitely.
Okay.
But so in the episode, it basically there's nothing. And another thing with this, there's not much to go home the series finale didn't have a whole bunch of hoopla. Like it did. There only was probably like 2 moments that I can think of that really caught me off guard. Everything else was just a continuation of what we got in the episode before. So the rumbling is started at the end of that episode. They go to fight Aaron. Okay, this whole episode was them fighting Aaron. That's basically it. They're fighting Aaron. A couple of people that you thought were gone are back, and then some crazy shit happens involving Titans. I'm not going to tell you because that is a spoiler. And then
just go watch it.
Let's just say there's a switcheroo. There's a little Kobayashi Maru there or whatever, and then the season ends, and that's all you're left with. You're just left with like you're not. I don't think you're mad or happy. You're just sitting there like, was this it? This is what we got, and it's not. And it wasn't even necessarily in a negative way. It was just like, this is how we end one of the greatest anime of all time. This is how we ended it. It was, if I had to give it a level, this episode was mid. If I had to give it a level, and y'all know how I feel about people that say Attack on mid. Like, I'd be ready to fight.
No.
And that's what this episode was. And that's unfortunate. And like I said, when we do the Talking to the Moon episode, we are going to talk in depth about Attack on Titan. I can guarantee you it's going to be a long episode. We did almost 5 hours on the One Piece live action. So I can tell you it's probably going to be long because we're going to break down each season on, what we thought was some of the best seasons, some of the worst, where things may or may not have went wrong. And I do try and give anime grace. A lot of times, anything after the pandemic, you have to give them grace because everybody was tired. A lot of stuff over there was shut down, and Mappa really did do a great job. Just like Shar said, it was beautiful. It was still stunning animation, and that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. And so I give it that. It says, I say it wasn't mid till the end of it when they achieved what they. Okay, well, that's shush. No spoilers. No spoilers. Shush. And but yeah, I try and give them that, but I don't think that we needed, because basically they drew out those last 2 episodes was though they were like hour or something long. I think they drew that out for like 2 years. Like, we've been waiting for 2 extra years because I think we waited either a year or 2 for the final season, and then we waited a year for the last one, which came out at the beginning of this year because we talked about it, and then we got this. Another thing I wish they would have did was I wish they would have given it to us in typical episode form. To be honest, I think it would have hit different if it was an episode of form where we had to go each week and build up instead of watching it full through, because it wasn't climactic enough, in my opinion, to maintain just going through it straight like that.
Valid point.
Yeah, so I feel like that was one of those things. But an era has ended. Like the greatness that is Attack on Titan. It will be talked about forever, regardless if it is in your favorite, if it's in your top 10, or if it's in, your most disappointed endings of all time, I still think it's always going to be in the conversation. And there's a reason why Attack on Titan is like one of the top anime of all time. It earned its right. I don't believe that they did us dirty or anything. I'm thankful to the writers and the creators and the animation studios and all of that for personally bringing me something that I thoroughly enjoyed for 10 years. I can't get mad at that.
Okay. Yeah, and give respect where respect is due.
Okay, I hear you. Maybe they was just ready to be done, so that's why we got 1 hour or crazy. You never know. Sometimes shows happen like that. That's what happened with Game of Thrones. The creators of Game of Thrones were working on the Star Wars series, and they were coming up to like a really big point, and so then they just started rushing it and just doing anything. That's why they wouldn't. That's why they didn't wait on George Martin for him to finish the book or give them more insight. They kind of went on their own little thing, and that's why we got the series finale that we got for that. So it could be a lot of things. I will never pretend to understand how animation studios and being a manga writer and stuff work, because it just seems super chaotic to me.
Yeah,
that it does.
But it was nice to say hello to all the characters and then also say goodbye to them in whatever way we said goodbye to them. And yeah,
sorry, fix your face.
I know, because every time I look at her, I want to start crying, but then I'm like, don't, because like you save that for tonight when you rewatch it. But I don't want to sit here and cry, but I do want to cry. Like I feel it. The more that we're talking about it, it makes it real.
Yeah,
because
I think I was numb before.
This episode.
It's on my TV right now. I'm looking at it. Like I'm looking at the still.
And I love you, Attack on Titan. We love you. You will always hold a special place in our hearts. And if you decide to come back, we will gladly watch. So
do a quick salute. There we go.
I know. Just one last time. Okay. So that's really all we got for you guys today. That was our quick little chat about the season finale. Like I said, we'll go into a more in-depth, slightly spoiler episode. Hey, Queen, Asharv, honey.
I can't see nothing right now, so I don't know who said that, but thanks.
It said Writer Gamer 87.
Oh,
someone on your Twitch.
Oh, man.
So that was our episode. We did a spooky season recap. We hope you enjoyed our spooky season. We had a lot of fun, and we plan to give you a lot more moving on in the future. I can say, which I spoke to you ladies about, how I felt like our numbers had kind of plateaued in September and stuff, and all of them are back up. So we clearly did something right. So that's great. And Attack on Titan is officially over, and I may sleep in this damn robe. May sleep in this cloak, just wash my face and like cry myself to sleep. Until next time, y'all, have a good night. Thank you. So before we leave, obviously we already announced that we have a Discord now. Shout out to Shar for all of her hard work on that. And now, as long as you follow our Facebook page at Waifu Views, you will receive an invite link within 24 hours to join our Discord. We have a lot of cool stuff in there. We are going to be doing more watch parties like we did for the series finale of Attack on Titan. You can drop some cosplay recommendations in there. You can drop your own cosplays in there. You will see more of our cosplays and stuff in there, update information on our future episodes. And we're gonna really interact with you guys. There's gonna be some networking in there so you can meet other people in the blurred space as well. So be sure to check that out. Also follow us on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And follow the Blurred Cartel, Blurred Approved Entertainment. You can find the Blurred Cartel on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Blurred.com, Blurred Official. Shout out to everybody that supports Waifu Views. And you can let everyone know where they can find you and what you got going on. Whoever wants to start can start.
Okay. I just get it out the way. Per usual. Aisha Morgan on Facebook, everywhere else, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, what was formerly known as Twitter. You can find it at sunkissed_waifu.
And I am inebriated, but I am Honey Shar. I go by A Shar of Honey. You can find me at A Shar of Honey on all major platforms. I will be gaming on Twitch more, and I will be posting more on Instagram and TikTok when I'm out of my introverted phase. But you can follow me there like I am A Shar of Honey, like a jar of honey, only sweeter.
Chef's kiss. And I am Ebony Moonbeam. You can find me at Ebony_Moonbeam on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Actually, on Twitter, I'm under a different name. Sorry. Twitch and TikTok. You can actually, if y'all want, I'll tell y'all my personal page. It's Kiss_Ash. That is my personal pages.
All of it.
Yeah, kiss all of that. Kiss all the ash with an H, like Ashley. That's my real name. That's my real name, Ashley. So you can find me under that on TikTok as well, because I do have a personal TikTok and Instagram and all that fun jazz. You can also find me on Wednesdays on the Blurred Cartels Round Table. I'm the queen of the round table because I'm the only lady. So I'll be showing my arse. Be doing my thing. We are also going to be doing more Blurred Cartel plays, which is where we all get together and play a bunch of games and show our skills. We have participated in that as Waifu Views with the Battle of the Sexes against the Round Table. So if you want to check out Anime Jeopardy and Anime Landmarks and you want to see the ladies demolish the men like 4 out of the 5 times, be sure to go check that out on the Blurred Cartel Facebook and YouTube page. Also, you can sometimes find me on Make It Make Sense. I pop in over there and bother them every now and again. And yeah, be sure, like I said, follow Waifu Views. I'm still dropping cosplays from spooky season, so you'll still be getting those for another week or so. And then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming. Also, if you want to check out the Talking to the Moon episode, I'm going to have a couple of different people in the blurred space talking about Attack on Titan as a whole, as well as the series finale in depth. And I will air that through the Waifu Views page as well, so you can check it out there and maybe even on the Blurred Cartel if they let me. So with all of that being said, we love you guys. Thanks for chilling with us. Again, we greatly appreciate it. And we'll see you at the same time, same day next week. I'm tired. Jeez.
Every Sunday, chill with the waifus. Yes.
Yeah, come chill with us. We'll be back into our regularly scheduled program. We'll be doing anime reviews and stuff because there's a lot of heavy hitters out there this season. So we're going to be getting into that. And we love you guys. Good night.